Wow, what a great lineup we have today at ALA. I'm here at Headline Books, and I'm here specifically with Sylvia Medina and Renee Hersey, the co-authors of White Wolves of Yellowstone. Thank you so much, Renee, for being here.
Thank you,
Let me ask
Jeff.
you a quick question.
Sure.
So, what brought both of you to write about white wolves?
Well, I think the most important point about that is that we all go into the park and we watch all the wolves that were reintroduced in 1995 and are now numbering about 125 wolves in Yellowstone. And they're fascinating, but the most fascinating was the white wolves. It's 5 generations of female wolves of the same genealogical lineage who continue to lead their families. And so the idea of a book came to me, and I presented the idea, I pitched the idea to Sylvia Medina, and she said, I'm in. And so that was about a year and a half ago, and we spent about 9 months writing the book and putting it together. I came up with concepts for the story as well as the scientific section, and Sylvia put it into 5 to 9-year-old kind of age-appropriate language.
So, why is it important that we care about wolves?
It's because wolves are so often misunderstood. There are myths about wolves that are just not true. They're actually so important to our ecosystem that however we can tell stories about them, we need to do that, because Yellowstone, after the Great Fires in the 80s, was really decimated, but even more so, natural predators were not there, so elk and deer proliferated to an extreme, and they would eat up all the willows and all the forage. So the smaller animals didn't have the kind of forage they needed, because ungulates will bunch up in areas. When the wolves return, they cause the herds to disperse, and that's healthier for the entire ecosystem.
That's great. So, are wolves protected by any Endangered Species Act that we know of?
At present, they're protected in every state except the northern Rocky Mountains, which are Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho.
Right.
There's no protection there. There was an add-on rider to a must-pass finance bill during the Obama administration, and there was a senator in Montana who spearheaded it and said, we need to get the wolves delisted.
And get the wolves where?
Delisted.
Oh.
So they are not listed in the northern Rocky Mountain states. They can be hunted every day of the year in Idaho. They can be hunted in 85% of the state of Wyoming all year long. And they have a hunting season for wolves in Montana as well. And they are... they are the outliers. So they're currently protected throughout the other states, but that's not where the majority of wolves are.
So, how many gray wolves are currently in the lower 48, and where can I go to see them after tonight's thing closes?
After tonight, right away. So there are about 3,000 wolves at present in the lower 48. There are under 125 in Yellowstone at present. The problem is that the minute they leave the park, they can be shot, they can be trapped. So I highly recommend that you go to Yellowstone, to the Lamar Valley or the Hayden Valley, and look out for pods of people that gather together on the roadsides, because that's the easiest way, really, to observe wolves.
Now, wolves are pack animals, right?
Correct.
And there's a hierarchy, is there not?
There is, absolutely.
So is it a male or a female that is the top dog, shall we say?
Well, actually, yes, and wolves, of course, our dogs do come from wolves, which is another very salient point, you know. But what recent research by the Wolf Project and other wolf biologists have recently uncovered that the females are actually the cornerstone of the pack. And that is fascinating when you couple that with this great mystery that we have 5 generations from the same genealogical families of white wolves. And in each instance, when there's a white wolf in that family, born in that family, they have become the alpha females.
I love that.
Isn't that great?
I love that, you know. I see that the female of the species is the pack leader in so many different animals.
Truly.
And I think it's kind of amazing.
It is.
I'm excited about wolves, white wolves. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
You know.
They are.
But anyway, I thank you for letting us kind of work with you on getting the word out.
Well, thank you so much for getting the word out. We appreciate your time.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, fantastic.
Have a great show.
Great to meet you. Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.